Oh, she's horrible. I've made a ghastly, ghastly mistake.
So today, I want to tell you guys that there could be a lot of things going on at Lucasfilm as far as announcements inside about leadership changes and things like that. First off, the head horseman basically has taken over the role of leadership at Lucasfilm. He is the person in charge interim while they get the transition from Kennedy to whomever started. And it's interesting to me because, as Cameron said, the longer Kennedy's uncertainty goes on, the worse it could be for Disney, because she's an open, festering wound. She could come back with a legal issue of her own. Now, the Horsemen are pretty dead set on fixing what's broken and getting a smooth transition together. And yes, like was reported yesterday, there have been people leaving. Now, I don't know the name of those people. No one's been taken off the leadership role on Lucasfilm.com, but we have to keep watching that. And this is very important. Lucasfilm Legal Affairs had a courier take documents to corporate counsel at Disney down in Burbank, and also to a private law firm or a couple of private law firms within Los Angeles, okay, or wherever. So this could indicate that there has been a agreement reached with Kennedy to sever her ties to Lucasfilm. This would be the best of all worlds, but again, it may not leak out until Monday, or Disney could just put a presser up and press release up saying Kathy Kennedy no longer is head of Lucasfilm, blah, blah, blah. An interim president is going to be joining soon, blah, blah, blah. They could do that. Or we won't hear anything. It just depends on what happens and if she reached an agreement. And again, this is coming from Sparrow. She did, they said that they heard and were privy to the fact that legal documents were sent out from legal affairs at Lucasfilm to Disney corporate counsel and private law firms, okay, which is an interesting little signal here. Okay, now what happened with Victoria Alonso, if you guys remember, she was fired on the Friday before it was announced. She was fired on the 17th of March, and it was announced on the 20th of March, okay? So if that's what we're going to get here, okay, that's maybe what we're going to get. So if we don't hear anything this weekend, we may hear something official on Monday. But I have a feeling that if they came to an agreement, that we'll hear something today. I don't think Bob Iger wants this to go on any further than it already has, since it hurts Lucasfilm worse in the end to leave Kennedy in purgatory or limbo. Limbo's a better term for it. Or the Phantom Zone. Because it gives her a chance to fight back. It gives her supporters within the company a chance to fuck around and do what they do. And it throws a wrench into the spoke of whatever bicycle they're trying to ride out of this mess. And to be honest, I gotta say, I think she agreed to this over a telephone call or Zoom call after the meeting on the 3rd.
The time has come. Execute Order 66.
So basically, we've got Kennedy's Flying Monkeys without any leadership at all from her. Basically, having Darth Vader and 4 moths, standing over them, basically telling them this is how it's going to be. Remember, they were told they were going to abide by the budgetary constraints of Disney. They were told everything had to go through the 5 horsemen, and they were told that no more of whatever they were doing is allowed. No more of that. And again, we know that several people did resign in protest. We don't know who they are, and I'm going to speculate that they're not like Carrie Beck or Rhonda Hiort or Rain Roberts, even though I do believe they're about ready to get the axe. Rain Roberts, again, is one of the producers with The Acolyte, so she probably has an intimate knowledge of what was going on. Rhonda Hiort was one of the people who signed off on Blue Stocking in England. Candace Campos was the one that sent all the evidence, basically her letter is evidence in the lawsuit. So there are people that are going to go no matter what. Those are at least 3 names. And of course, Carrie Beck, just because she probably knew too and probably protected Kennedy from the truth. What does Bob Iger do? Well, we know Kennedy's in Europe hiding. We know Bob Iger did a CNBC thing where he was talking about selling ABC. He's open to sell ABC, at least parts of ESPN, etc. They need to make money. They need to make money fast because the Hulu thing is coming up, and they can't afford it. They're not making enough money right now to service their debt, their interest on the debt that they owe. This is how bad it has gotten. Okay, so the quicker the Lucasfilm thing is resolved and everything gets back up and running smoothly like a well-oiled machine, like the way George ran it, the better it is for Lucasfilm and for Disney, okay? So I would imagine that what we think is actually moving pretty slow because we're addicted to the headline to see it flash. We need to see it now. We're impatient for it. That the 5 horsemen have been moving at hyperspace speed, okay? The speed of the Millennium Falcon, all right? So, in my opinion, we could definitely hear something today. Now, again, Cameron may not be in a place to hear it or to get the phone call or to see the news flash because he'll be at a movie and dinner with friends. I will be here, okay? I will be here in Sci-Fi TV for you will be here. The Writer brothers and others will be here to go live. I'm sure Doomcock will interrupt his Friday Follies to get people on to talk about it. And if that's the case, then the party will commence. Yub Nub will happen, okay? So, you know, I'm not saying it's going to happen, okay? So don't look at me and go, yes, this is going to happen. It could, okay? Because what is going on right now at Lucasfilm, even with the Five Horsemen, is unsustainable. People don't like uncertainty, and with those guys there, it's uncertain, okay? So even the good guys, Dave Filoni, might walk out, okay? All right, so and notice how I'm actually being logical here and not bringing up all the bullshit rumors about him and Favreau. People who are bored do that shit. Anyway, I wanted to give you guys a heads up. Keep your eyes on Deadline, Variety, THR, Vanity Fair. If you're on Twitter, follow them. If you're so disposed to get on their email lists for breaking news. And if Cameron hears something early today, because he could, then get on his Patreon. My opinion is it could either go the Victoria Alonso way or the Michelle Rejwan way. I was in the bathroom putting makeup on at 1 in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time. I looked at my phone and it said, Michelle Rejwan fired. And I went, or resigns or leaves Lucasfilm. And I instantly sent the story to Cameron, to Doomcock, and to Midnight's Edge. Okay, that's how it might be. Okay, they might just get the news out like that. All right, this is Steph signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.